we are right now.
Hey, hi, my name's Glenn Milcham, and I'm a drummer in Blue Rodeo. Well, I suppose the most humorous thing about being in Blue Rodeo is putting up with the idiosyncrasies of the other band members. They have to put up with mine as well, and hopefully they find that humorous. I suppose it isn't all the time, but you've got to keep your sense of humor about you, when you're out there working in day-to-day life. And a lot of sort of very weird and surreal things can happen to you when you're in a band out on the road. So it keeps us entertained.
What happened, Baz?
Huh?
I got in a barroom brawl. Nice. Okay, we're happening. And here I am.
Were you with Lori?
No, it happened in the Madrid airport.
Barroom brawl.
All of the equipment fell off the...
Oh, and you were running down that hall? Yeah, Glenn was
They were all piled up. And one was
actually
right. Okay, that's quite a video. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're about to watch our new video. Can you video a video?
Sure. Let's try. Oh.
We never need forgiveness. After I'm at 17, raised up on hate to a life that's second rate. I've seen that look before behind some closing door. It couldn't be delivered, just won't be denied. Too much a child, confident and wild. Nobody taught you how to live, what you keep and what to give. Oh, now she talks to strangers. Bring her flowers for her head. And every night you count on me, get you out the door. Oh, then you smile and watch me lose control. Rain on me.
These people are paid. So
Out of the country on Canada Day.
we were in España.
Yeah. Was that a good thing, or would you rather been here? Did you feel like we had much to celebrate?
Oh, it's great to be over there, you know, just for our own enjoyment. You know, we're here all the time, you know, birthday or not. But we played at the Canadian Pavilion, so, you know, we were celebrating Canada's birthday. You know,
We
over
rock the nation.
there.
The
Yeah.
Astrophysica building. Yeah. There's some tourists. Goddamn tourists. Gringo turistas.
Let's go get them.
There's Kim.
It was a blast.
It was great.
And Seville is just a real heady psychedelic place. It's very close to Morocco, so that's nice for certain reasons. There was this one bar that we went to called the Jesus Bar after our show. It doesn't open till 3 o'clock. There's these gypsies singing flamenco on the street. People are doing flamenco on the street. There's about 300 pictures inside this bar of all these depictions of Christ in some form or another, whether it's you know, the crucifixion or all the stations of the cross. And it's all very psychedelic contemporary paintings, you know, it's all. And just walking around Seville, you could hear all these birds singing, and all these people have cage singing birds out their windows. And it's a very old town, and the churches are all pretty freaky. And then there's the political overtones are still heavy.
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah, like very heavy. And we got searched all the time when we were there, and so there's all these great contradictions and irony. It was a great place to be. I'd like to hang out there for a while.
Sometimes when it all looks like it's secure, close my eyes and disappear for a while, and the world is falling slowly out of view. While the angels are singing, very
It's Kim Deschamps. I play pedal steel guitar and lap steel with Blue Rodeo, and it's been I guess 6 or so months since I've started playing with them, and I get after shows and things like that. A lot of people are very curious because I guess they've seen me in other bands over the years, bar bands up and down the 401 and on people's records, and I guess with a lot of people who saw me when I was playing with Cowboy Junkies. People want to make comparisons, you know, they want to know what's it like with Blue Rodeo, what's different about it, what do you like about it. And the first difference I guess I noticed was in the crowds, in the audiences that we were playing to. They were, there'd always be a gang of people at the front of the stage that knew all of the words to the songs and were really having a great time, really into the show. Whereas, other bands you play with, it's not always that exciting. The crowds can be taking you for granted, or the venue isn't really suited for that band at that time, so people kind of ignore you. In this case, with Rodeo, it's always anywhere we go in Canada, people are into the show and really giving us a lot of support from the crowds. And I guess the other area that people are always curious about is the level of musicianship in the band. What do these guys like to play with compared with anybody else or all the other people you've worked with? And it's been a real treat working with these guys because everybody brings a sizable contribution to all the shows. Even if they're not having a great night for some reason, everybody plays something a little differently, and it's always enjoyable. Everybody really plays well and plays up to the best that they can do. Nobody's coasting anytime. And a lot of bands you work in, people sort of get their thing down pat and they just do it the same every night, and that works for them and that's fine. But in this band, there's a lot more that's it's never really the same twice. We'll do the same song on successive nights, but it'll usually be different and enjoyable because it's different and because of what everybody brings to it. And I don't want to cheerlead too much, but those are, I guess, the two biggest differences for me.
If I had my way, I would never go back. With my back to the wall, just letting myself fall. Watch the daytime turn black. But now and again I find you cross my mind. If I was a train, I would never slow down. With my head in the sky and the world going by, every nowhere town. And as I write one more letter to you, I know I can't change the things that I do. What else could I do? hear the clock ticking time. Better make up my mind. Is it me or is it you? Yeah, tonight as I'm losing control, I will drink to the queen of my soul. Shame, call out your name. Oh, after the rain, after the rain, after the rain, after the rain.
There's a song on here, Rain on Me. Who is that a person written about?
No, not really. Just a thing, symbol, imaginary person.
Symbol for what?
Just a symbol for, it's sort of a song about redemption. You know, it's sort of a song about coming close to the fire and then wanting to be all that washed away.
Do you feel like you get in those situations in your life?
I think I observe them. I don't know if I get in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I do, but I'm just more comfortable with the observer's point of view.
Yeah. Because some people, you know, feel like they have to actually force themselves into those types of situations.
I think I have too much self-preservation for that. That's why I hang around people like Craig.
You can live vicariously.
Watch it happen. Say, ooh, that's good.
We never need forgiveness, left on that 17, raised up on hate to a life that's second rate. I've seen that look before behind some closing door. You couldn't be delivered, you just won't be denied. Too much tortured child, confident and wild. Nobody taught you how to live, what to keep and what to give. Oh, now she talks to strangers. Bring her flowers for her head. But every night she count on me. You off the wall. Oh, then you smile and watch me lose control. Rain on me. Oh, rain down on me. Oh, rain down on me, yeah. I used to think I knew what I was waiting for. I don't think that anymore. I didn't know what to bring you. Didn't seem to need too much at all. No pearls and chains, and nobody's sad refrain. Every time I wonder why, think back to the kindness in your eyes. Now everybody wants you. Bring you flowers for your head. Every night she count on me. You off the wall. Oh, then you smile and watch me lose control. Rain on me. Oh, rain down on me. Oh, rain down on me, yeah. I used to think I knew what I was waiting for. I don't think that anymore.
After listening to the whole record, I got all kinds of signals. You know, so there's songs about where is love, songs about, you know, there's a lot of TV references and things about being in touch with nature, not being comfortable sort of in concrete and needing to be outdoors. And then there's this sort of theme that runs through it of being, you know, maybe, I guess it's being screwed around one too many times by politicians, I guess.
Well, haven't we? You know, I think that as a society, well, John Kenneth Galbraith's got this new book about the smug middle class that exists in our society. And, you know, we're all members of it. Jim and I fight about this all the time. Well, we got a good fight on tape in London of us having this great conversation with the Hot House Flowers.
Well, all we can do is try to keep,
And so we feel good
moving
about
this around.
ourselves because we give this
Oh,
time.
feel good about ourselves. It's like, you know, it's. I don't think the opposite, to sit back and just be cynical, is better.
Oh, no, I'm all for it.
What we do is we do something that has nothing to do with television, has nothing to do with radio, has nothing to do with papers. What has to do with people communicating with people. What we do is do what we feel we can do. What we do is just do something that we care about. That's all we fucking do. Nothing else.
I watched it back. It's not good.
And it's not good.
No, it's boring.
The truth is a glorious liberator. And you can save it. No, would you leave it over there? Cuddy, you're not doing good camera work.
Oh no, these are great questions you're asking.
No, I want to be off camera on this stuff.
All right.
The truth
Go ahead.
is,
I believe in the Texas fascists, and I believe in the California fascists, and all the conspiracy theories. I'm all for it. You know, I think that there are, you know, the group of Illuminati that control everything, and we're just sort of pawns in the game a bit. And the scary thing is that we're very happy to be a self-domesticated society, and as long as we, that's the John Kenneth Galbraith one. As long as we have our little piece of the lawn and our gardens and everything, we totally ignore the underclass. You know, when you think of 10 years of Bush and Reagan and the extent of the atrocities that they committed to social welfare programs, to education and all that sort of stuff, and you see all the problems there is because of that, and just so that a few people could have like the big profits during the 80s, you know, the SNL bailout and all that stuff. You know, they're all criminals, and you know, and, they give us the status quo, and we're more than happy to go along with it.
And are you in agreement, Jim?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm in agreement with that. A lot of it's preposterous. A lot of the stuff he's talking about is great fiction, entertaining. But certainly I think that the stuff he's talking about, the Bush and Reagan era, I understand that. It seems to make a lot of sense. We see a lot of the effects of that as we travel around, see how people have been cut off. So, and and I agree with Greg that that it's good to laugh at it, but no, ultimately I think that's where we diverge. I think that was the discussion we had with the Hothouse Flowers, was that I think there's a lot people can do, and I think that there's a segment of people that don't think there's anything you can do.
So basically, you feel like people are empowered and can change their destiny, and you feel like we're stuck with it and might as well just.
I think that the only reasonable answer is revolution.
Jim,
maybe you have to break it down.
Just because you're hiding behind that dumb camera to ask these stupid questions.
I'm not standing.
You say something.
Jim is asking
and
the
I
questions.
resent the fact that you're asking these stupid questions.
I'm
like
sorry.
You sound like this ridiculous.
Oh, it's not that stupid.
I'm not trying to be stupid. I know you may think it's stupid, but I'm not trying to be stupid.
You'd have to say that your divergent opinions come together musically. I mean, that's part of what makes it work for you guys, is sort of a tension between you at the same time there's a harmony.
I guess. Okay, I think we share a lot of musical ideas. I think we share a lot of intellectual ideas, just social ideas too. So we've been having these arguments for 20 years. We still haven't wrapped it up yet. All right, that's it. Now you go your way and I'll go mine.
I hope I see the day she satisfies her teeth. I just don't understand this world of mine. I must be out of step or out of line. Forever make your eyes blind. They bow to the corporations, 'cause they pay their bills on time. God bless Elijah with a feather in his head. Stop stealing the Indian land. Stop stealing the Indian land. Stop stealing the Indian
David, hi. David Porter? Yeah. Oh, could you put me through, please? It's Basil Donovan. Yes. Yeah, I have this question here. Do you think I should answer it? It's about Jim and Greg. What's it like being in between the two of those guys? Well, it's like being, between a rock and a hard place. But, should I say this on TV? Like, is there any repercussions that could happen because of this? Oh, just tell it like it is. Oh, okay. Thanks, David.
You work here? Can you tell me if you have the Blue Rodeo record?
Blue Rodeo.
The band that's playing the in-store?
Hang on just a second. Alex.
Mid-price? Are we over there?
This way, this way.
John, what do you want? No, it's all right.
Blue Rodeo. Do you have a Blue Rodeo CDs or cassettes or anything?
Do you know that they've got one out?
Yeah, I do know. It's supposed to be in the store.
And
that's why they're doing the in-store.
Did you say you asked them upstairs?
I didn't. No, it just came right down here to here.
It's the Rock and Roll section. I'll see if we've got any behind.
Okay. What's that?
I hope I wasn't recording.
Oh, absolutely not. Okay, thanks. Let's go find him. He'll be back, and he'll be here.
My hand that came in, and it talks about when did you first become involved in the importance of the Indian land rights? This fax is from Brahma Lee, no name on it though, sorry. You want to take it?
Well, I think the first time that, that life is always an ongoing education, and the nice thing about being in a band is you get to travel to all the different corners of the planet, right? And along the way you meet some very interesting people and some very passionate people about certain things. And the first time that we did the Stein Valley, we met Chief Ruby Dunstan, and she was a very articulate voice of dissidence and a very articulate voice of the sort of lousy relationship that most of our culture has with the Mother Earth. And that the natives seem to have a mythological and historical relationship with the planet that we don't have, and there's something that we can all learn from that. And so it's for us, it's always just been they're wonderful people, like the Chief Ruby Dunstan and the people that we have met, and so it's and then I think that when it got really weird was during the whole Oka crisis, and I think that the whole population sort of got a quick education about how wasteful we are sometimes, and but it's just an ongoing thing too, all the time.
Chris Christopherson's best. That's Chris Christopherson's daughter.
Is it?
Yeah, we got her right there.
His daughter?
Daughter of him and Rita Coolidge.
Is it?
Yep, right there, Liz.
Or is it the girl he's with this week? Do you know that's his
Is it his daughter? Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah?
Daughter of him and Rita.
How come the other bus is going to the right place and we're not?
That's Chris right there. How I miss those western skies.
This song here is about two of my favorite things. And one of them is the Rocky Mountains, and one of them is my very dear friend Mary Jane. And so this song is about just getting high and walking around those Rocky Mountains. It's called Western Skies. And I'd rather be walking through the tall pine trees high up above Lake Louise. And I'd rather be chasing after shooting stars and waiting for this dumb 503 TTC. I'd like to see the sun set behind Saddle Mountain and listen to the wind whisper my name. Yeah, this world and we don't fit. One of us is gonna have to quit. Oh, how I miss those western skies. And I'd rather be back in the Rocky Mountains and sitting in some bar on Queen Street. And I'd rather be walking through the high meadow than watching the latest war on my TV. So please don't you stand in my way. I've just got to get out of this place. If I waste another day, I'm
wondering, for the original members of the band, how long you guys were independent for, and how'd you get signed by a major label?
I think I've spent more time in unsuccessful bands than I've been in successful bands. It's actually more fun being unsuccessful because you don't have to work as much, and you end up doing the same thing, just sitting around talking to other musicians in bars. So, you know, it's nice when you got more time. But, let's see. Blue Rodeo was a band for 2 years before we got a record deal?
Yes, Greg.
And so 2 years, and we did one independent single. It was Try and Outskirts. And we got our record deal because the publicist at WEA Canada really liked the band, and she kept on bugging everybody up at WEA to come down and see us. In those days, we were a very inconsistent band because half the time we were a little too hungover, if you know what I mean. So we'd have one great night, and then we'd have 3 lousy nights because we were sort of sick. And
Were you guys playing mainly bars?
we played bars, yeah, all over the place. We'd do like 3 nights at the Horseshoe, and then the next weekend we'd be 3 days at the Holiday, 3 days at the Cameron. You know, we just played as much as we could, and it was fun.
So you fixed the hangover bit, made good friends with a publicity person. She got her way, and the rest is history.
That's right, yeah.
That's it, okay.
Is it you? I wonder, and still it makes me laugh. Is it you that I'm looking for? Don't turn away so fast. And while you were talking, wide-eyed I fell asleep, hoping tomorrow might be as sweet. Is it you who whispered into my hazy soul? Is it you who makes flowers bloom on the tenement windowsill? In a hotel room, the TV glows and songs are exchanged, drunkenly chasing the ghosts of eternity. There's a drunk on the sidewalk trying to look unconcerned, and the dead-eyed motel blondes wait in line for their turn. Is it you who laughs when all the other dogs snarl? Is it you just because you listen for a while? With this buzz of electricity still ringing in my head, I wonder, is it you? I wonder, is it you?
Welcome to my world. Glenn Milcham. This is Glenn Milcham.
Hi, I'm Rob from Warner Brothers.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, great show. You guys are really, really great.
That was Glenn Milcham from Warner Brothers. Where's that Jim Cuddy guy? Hey, there's Colin Christian Josh. Here's a happy couple. Hey, look at that smile. Colin Christian Josh, right here. A little out of focus, but hey, what the hell?
Did you have fun tonight, Baz? Was it a good one for you?
Yeah, I had a good time. How about you?
Me too. I enjoyed it.
How was it on your side of the stage? That was the weather over there, anyway.
Fine. The weather was fine. There was a lot of...
Didn't rain over there.
No rain over there. We got the roof happening anyway. There was a certain amount of sort of wild, crazy kids near our side of the stage. But every time it turned around, you would have had them near your side of the stage. So.
Did they scream louder at our shows than the Cowboy Junkie shows?
Yeah, I would say louder by quite a bit.
Here's Greg Keeler. Greg Keeler, right here. Here's Mr. Keeler. Backstage Pete.
Yes, thanks very much.
How are you, Backstage Pete?
Very well, thank you.
That's good. Here I am. I've gone right around the room.
Let's start again.
On Monday morning, waking up, still too numb to speak. Another night, just staring at the wall. Last night's conversation knocked me off my feet. I guess today I fall. I wish that we could find the words to look the other way. Be careful of the things we do and watch the things we say. And maybe then we'd get somewhere we'd never been before. Ah, but what's the use in fighting when you know you lost the war? Oh, off the streets of New Orleans, shit soaked to my skin. Through the mess of yesterday's parade. 1,000 times a day I think of calling you again. Come to my senses instead. And every time we walk away, we lose a little time, pretending to each other now that everything is fine. I know whatever lies I used to get myself to sleep, I wake up to the promises I know you'll never keep. Oh, say you don't see what's wrong. Every night lasting oh so long. I know I do. You're already gone. I wonder, should I get up? But what's the point? Oh, when something's gone, it's gone for good. Maybe I could look away back to where we used to be one more time. I wish I could. Oh, never mind the reasons tore us all apart. We've both done things I know we can't defend. Yeah, what's the use in tracing it all back to the start if there's something missing in the end? I wish that we could find the words to look the other way. Be careful of the things we do and everything
It's been a great interactive. Here for one more tune is Blue Rodeo with Trust Yourself. This has been an intimate and interactive evening.
Someday soon, and I don't know when, your little world will come crashing in. Don't think twice, say I'll be around. Turn your back, someone's gonna let you down. You know that it's true, and nobody led you on, but left that to you. Now you'll be alone when the sun comes up. Your tattered little dreams and a broken cup. Then you'll have to trust yourself. Don't believe in any more lies. Waste your time, think too much. Really make a mess of the